Lewis Hamilton has canceled his entire week. No breaks, no events, no rest. After the race in Saudi Arabia, he made a decision that shocked many people. He will not be taking time off. Instead, he is heading straight to Ferrari's base in Maranello. This move comes after one of the toughest weekends in his Formula One career. He was not just off pace, he was 30 seconds behind his own teammate. That kind of gap in modern Formula One is massive, and Lewis is not someone who accepts that easily. He knows something is wrong, and instead of hiding, he's diving straight into the work. He called it disastrous. Those were his words. No filters, no excuses. After finishing far behind Charles Leclerc in the same car, on the same strategy, there was no hiding, and Lewis didn't try to. He stood in front of the media and said it straight. He canceled personal plans. He cleared his schedule. He said, "I don't have a week off. I have a work week." That's not just talk. That's action. That's the kind of response you expect from someone who still believes he can win. Even after all the years and all the titles, that's what makes him different. Ferrari has been working hard this season. They brought a new floor in Bahrain. They added a new rear wing in Jeddah. More upgrades are coming in Miami, but upgrades mean nothing if the driver and the car don't speak the same language. Right now, the car is giving Charles Leclerc results. He finished third in Saudi Arabia, but even Charles isn't smiling. He's focused on the next step. He said, "We're struggling in qualifying." That shows the mindset of a serious driver. Even on the podium, he is thinking about what needs fixing. That's the Ferrari way now, no distractions, just performance. Lewis Hamilton is joining that mission with full force after Saudi Arabia. While other drivers are on flights or vacations, Lewis is heading to the simulator. He's going back to the data room. He's going to sit down with the engineers, go through every line of information, and find out what's wrong. Because he knows one thing for sure: if this doesn't get fixed now, it will hurt later. And Hamilton doesn't wait for the problem to solve itself. He solves it. Leclerc is doing the same. He's not treating the podium as the final goal. He's already thinking about Tuesday and Wednesday at Maranello. No red carpets, no yacht, parties, just pure, honest work. That's what Ferrari needs. And that's what both of its drivers are ready to give. They know that if the car doesn't start at the front, it won't finish at the front. With so much dirty air, tire wear, and long DRS trains in modern F1, starting position is everything. They must solve the one-lap pace problem. And that brings us back to Hamilton. When he said he was canceling plans, that wasn't just words. That was a clear message to the team. He is all in. He's not here to collect a paycheck or enjoy the Ferrari brand. He's here to build a winning machine. That means giving up personal time, travel, rest, and even comfort. He is rebuilding, not reacting. He is changing his approach to match the car, not the other way around. That kind of mindset can change everything. Hamilton's weekend in Saudi Arabia wasn't just bad. It was a warning sign. He didn't feel confident in the car. He struggled with balance, tire grip, and even trust in the setup. That's not something a champion takes lightly. And unlike others, he didn't sugarcoat it. He admitted the problem, then committed to fixing it. That's why his presence in Maranello this week is so important. It's not a PR move. It's a real attempt to turn the season around. In Formula One, details matter. A tenth of a second can mean the difference between pole position and the second row. That's why drivers and engineers spend hours in the simulator. They go over every corner, every braking zone, every throttle point. They match data with feeling. If something feels off, they compare it with the numbers. If the numbers don't match the result, they go deeper. That's what Lewis will be doing all week. He will sit in the sim for hours. He will ask questions, push engineers, and demand answers, not because he's angry, but because he wants to win. That's the standard he brings, and Ferrari needs that. Because even though the car has improved, it's still not perfect. And if Lewis can help them reach that extra step, both the team and he will benefit. The factory at Maranello will be buzzing this week, not just because of the upgrades coming, but because both drivers are coming. That's rare. Usually, one driver takes some rest, but now, both are showing up. Both are putting in time. That means Ferrari is serious, and when a team with Ferrari's history gets serious, the rest of the grid should pay attention. This isn't just a comeback story, it's a process. Ferrari knows that to win again, they can't just rely on parts. They need teamwork. They need driver feedback, They need data, and they need drivers who are ready to fight. That's what they have now. Charles is hungry, Lewis is committed, and the tools are coming together. The season is still young, but these moments define how it ends. A week of work now could lead to a win later. A sim session today could mean pole position tomorrow. That's how Formula One works. And Lewis knows that better than anyone. He has seen what it takes. He has lived through years of winning. He also knows what losing feels like. And that's why he's not taking chances. He's putting in the work now, so he can smile later. That's the mindset of a real racer. The team will be looking at tire data. They'll study how the car reacts on different compounds. They'll test balance changes. They'll simulate qualifying runs. They'll look at how the rear responds under load, and Lewis will be a part of every step. He will give feedback, suggest changes, and push for better results. This is not just about fixing problems. It's about creating a rhythm. When the driver and the team work in sync, the car becomes more than just a machine. It becomes a weapon. And that's what Ferrari wants, to build a weapon that can take on Red Bull, Mercedes, and McLaren. Lewis is not at Ferrari just to be a star. He's there to win, and that means starting from the ground up, even if it means long nights, endless meetings, and simulator sessions that stretch into the morning. That's what this week is about. He's not asking for miracles. He's asking for understanding. He wants to know how the car works, why it reacts a certain way, and how he can drive it better. That's the kind of effort that separates great drivers from legends. While some drivers use simulator sessions as routine checkboxes, Lewis treats them like battles. Every lap he runs, every setting he tweaks, is with one goal in mind: get faster, get sharper, get connected to the car. And this week at Maranello, that's all he's focusing on. No distractions, no press events, just focus, sweat, and progress. He knows Ferrari has potential, but potential alone doesn't win championships. It's how you unlock it. It's how you chase every tenth, every detail, every corner. In Saudi Arabia, the car felt unpredictable to him. The rear was loose. Braking zones were uncomfortable. Mid-corner balance was shifting lap to lap. That kind of instability rattles even the best. And yet, instead of complaining or blaming, Lewis asked for time in the sim. Not out of frustration, but out of determination. He wants to make this car feel like an extension of himself, and that only happens with work. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc, though on the podium, is also heading to Maranello, not to celebrate but to dig in. He's not satisfied with third place. He knows it's not enough. He knows that if Ferrari can't fix its one-lap pace, they'll be stuck fighting for scraps behind Red Bull and possibly Mercedes. Charles is focused on qualifying pace, on how to extract more in Q3, how to position himself better on Saturday to have a shot on Sunday. That mindset is crucial. When both drivers are working like this shoulder to shoulder, it sends a signal through the team. There's no time to relax. Ferrari's engineers are watching this closely, because it's one thing to have talent, but it's another to have commitment. And now they have both. They have the drivers refusing to rest, refusing to accept less. That kind of attitude turns factories into champions. Every team knows this. That's why Ferrari's leadership is leaning into this moment. They're opening every room, every tool, every piece of data. They're letting both drivers see everything. Because full transparency leads to faster progress, and it's not just about the present. These efforts will affect the entire 2025 season and beyond.